Welcome to renttv. This is the canceled show. So this is like an understanding I have with being a man. It's an understanding that I feel like men either have or they get. Nobody really cares about what you're going through mentally, bro, when you're a man, for the most part. To a certain degree too, you can't even necessarily care. Now, it's a good thing for you to care. It's a good thing for you to try to care, but honestly, as a man, it's like the mental health talk thing is cool and all. It's like, it's some cute shit, but it's almost like you being a man overrides that, just because it's like, it doesn't matter as much, bro, just because you still gotta figure things out, where that's not it's not really an excuse for a man, bro. At least it's not gonna be viewed as a valid excuse, bro. Like, you could go through whatever you're going through. Oh, I'm going through this mentally, or I'm having these feelings, or all these things are happening, bro. Nobody cares, bro. Handle what you need to handle. That's all that matters. Now, the extent in which you go to find peace and the things you do to find peace, as long as you can manage that and function, and it's not something that's necessarily destructive to others, and even if it is to a certain degree destructive to you, if you can minimize the destruction, the self-destruction, that's how most men kind of function. You know, that's why a lot of people have vices, bro. Whereas, like, sometimes it's to minimize the destruction, and sometimes, or rather, it's to eliminate the destruction. But if you can minimize it, then to some it's as close of a solution as they can find or you can find. But it's not much of an excuse, rather. It's a valid one, but the way things are is not really valid. So it's on you to find out and figure out what you're gonna do to make sure you're at least minimizing while you figure out and a lot of people self-medicate too, but that could mean anything, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily just drugs. There's other ways, like, people self-medicate, you know. There's other things you can do, as long as it's something that could bring you some type of peace of mind, even if it's temporary or permanent. there's different ways to self-medicate. But a lot of times, especially when you're a man, you got to figure out something to do to self-medicate as far as if you're going through certain things. Because it's on you for the most part, at least when it comes to those things. Like, men, as far as society goes, don't have the luxury when it comes to that. Now, there are luxuries that men have in other areas, but it seems like the way society is now, those luxuries that men have in other areas, those seem to be under attack as well, where it's painted in this way how there's some type of equality there's some type of equality that society is trying to establish, but there are other sides of that coin where equality doesn't necessarily exist, and it doesn't seem like society is trying to create equality in those areas. You see what I'm saying? So even though they're presenting like they're trying to establish equality or get to equality, it seems like it's still creating an imbalance. Like there's still a big imbalance. Because sometimes the solution comes with a problem, and you end up in the same predicament or worse, but just on a different side of the scale. You know what I'm saying?